Buonasera and good evening, everybody. Man with a plan here. Welcome back, everybody, to Subnautica on the Xbox One. I hope you're all doing great. I'm doing really well myself. Thanks for asking. Now, it's a pleasure to be back today because I actually had a request from you guys. First request I've had on the channel, and I'm really grateful for it. And I really hope that I can help you guys out. In one of the previous episodes, during the Let's Play, we located our mobile vehicle bay and the laser cutter and a couple of other things. Now, some of you guys have had a real hard time finding this stuff. Is that a crash fish egg? Yeah, it is. Anyway, focus. Determination. Got to make this right. So, let's say a couple of you guys have had a real hard time finding this stuff. And I don't blame you, because I had a super hard time finding it the first time myself as well. So, I'm going to make a quick little video for you guys about where I found it, how I found it, and hopefully help you guys out in finding all of this stuff too. So, a couple of things I want to address at the beginning. First off, I apologize that the episode in the Let's Play didn't help you out too much with its location. It was just that I found it while making the recording, so I thought I'd post it up. But I do understand it wasn't like a very well directed kind of thing about how to find them specifically, and I'm really sorry for that. I really am. But hopefully this will help you guys out. Now, the first thing, where the frick's the ground? God damn, render. Jesus. Anyway, first thing I want to address is firstly, because the life pod actually moves around all the time, you can see I've got a couple of beacons put down prior to me doing this. Because this thing moves around all the time, we need a point of reference for ourselves. So if we head over to this way, which is towards the Aurora, as we have our Aurora dude, just here, right in front of its engines, right parallel to its engines, we will find this big old spire, with a little spire next to it. Right next to the kelp biome, right next to the shallows, and, as I say, if I actually swim my way on top of here, you can see how super shallow this thing is, right next to the top. Tiny little bit of blood kelp on it. Blood kelp? Red kelp? Don't know. And it is literally right in front of the end of the engines there. You can even see the bottom of it there. So I'll put a beacon down here, and I've named it 0.0. So we're going to use this as a point of reference, so that when you guys are going to go and try and track this down in your game, you can locate this point first. Second thing I would recommend doing is getting your hands on the compass, because it will really help you out in locating these things. Now, these guys can be found in Life Pod 3, which I've actually put the marker on my HUD as well, and we got what would you call it? That location, that beacon marker, from the comms array. I don't know if they come into the comms array in a particular order, or if you just kind of have to hit and hope with which one you get at which point. So if you guys don't have the compass yet, I will guide you through, literally swimming directly through on it from its way. Now, one gent did mention that he couldn't find his laser, so I've gone and put a marker down where I found that. I don't know if this is the specific and only place you can find it, but I have also spent, while I made the stuff up for these beacons, I spent a couple of hours swimming around checking any other kelp forest that I could, looking for any fragments of any kind, and all I found was sea glides, specifically inside of boxes. I couldn't find anything on the line of a mobile vehicle bay, or even if there's another wreck in any of the other kelp biomes near here, so that could be a huge problem. So yeah, here we are, we're in front of this guy, and I'm going to stand pretty much right in the center of him, around about here, so we get a good point of reference. And if I point over to the mobile vehicle bay marker there, you will see it is, what should we say there, 2 ticks from north to northwest. So we've got, if we're looking at the compass, we've got north there, 1 tick being there, and 2 ticks being there. So it's actually just between, it's 1.5 ticks, should we say. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to swim in a normal direction, normal speed actually, should I say, on our way, making our way there, so you guys can get plenty of time to soak in the landscape and get a good idea of any kind of landmarks, directions you want to be heading, or anything you can see along the way. And I'm hoping that this will help you guys out. Again, I'm going to swim at a normal speed, because the game will not render everything in, except for, of course, the oxygen. So I'm just going to stop and get up, get ourselves some O2, and then I'll come straight back down. But yeah, as I was saying, the game won't actually render things in if we move too quickly. So things like resources, wreckages, stuff like that won't appear if I use the sea glide and just cane my way over here, and it's not going to work out. And hopefully this will be the easiest way. I do like that music. I get very sad when it gets cut out sometimes. So here we are. We're already coming into a kelp biome. Now, I don't blame you guys for struggling to find this, because this thing is huge. The kelp biome that this sits in is massive. It's super, super big. This was the first point that I noted, was this archway. We got a little kind of azure window arch over here with a couple of resources on it. But continuing straight along, get a little bit of a flat bit, and another little kind of spire with a tiny little arch and a pointy bit, which is pretty cool him. And continuing along on our way, and as you can see, it's not actually appeared yet. This is something else I did mention in that episode, to keep an eye out when you're moving around, especially at speed. You'll see it in just a second, because it always happens when it tries to render in a wreckage. You see how I mean? It's so easy to miss it, because we've been swimming at a normal speed and it hasn't actually appeared yet. And I know it's there because I put my marker above it so that I wouldn't get disorientated. Other points of interest are that double archway. There it is, see the big purple flash? And then a few seconds later, boom, there's the bad boy. This is where I found the mobile vehicle bay. Now, admittedly, there was only 2 inside of here when I found it as well. And I've also noticed in my copper supplies getting low, I've gone back to a few of the coral tubes to try and find some copper. And the resources are not respawning there as well. Now, you do have the laser cutter to get into the top here, but if you see this panel with the bent side, you won't need it. Ah, crap, hang on a second, we're going to need more O2 again. And there's the Aurora due southeast from us. Oh my good lord, how many stalkers are around here? This really messed me over the last time, because the episode where I actually came in here and got the mobile vehicle bay, these guys followed me in here and I got stuck and it was horrible. But yeah, as you can see, behind this bent panel on the side of it, there's actually a little tunnel, and we can hop in here and come through. Now, as I said about resources not respawning, yeah, just as I thought. There are no vehicle bays inside of here for me. Just a few benches, a floodlight, and that's it. Yeah, so all of these things have not respawned for me either. Amazing. But I do also remember there was only 2. And as sad as it is, the only one that I found apart from this was inside of this biome, and I found it by searching the floor. It was a little bit arduous and it took a freaking long time, and I cannot remember for the life of me at exactly what part of the floor I found it. I feel like it was over here, which is just behind this little ledge. So you've got the wreck, the archway, 2 steps, and a ledge, and I'm sure I found it lying here before I discovered the wreckage, because it hadn't rendered in yet and I swam straight past the frickin' thing. But that is the only other place I have actually found a mobile vehicle bay, has been in this kelp biome that I've guided you to here. Now, interestingly, there is still sea glide in a box as well. So perhaps, just perhaps, you may be able to find a mobile vehicle bay in any kelp biome. But I can't say I have discovered one, except for being inside of this kelp biome specifically, which is a pain because it is freaking huge. Honestly, the O2. Oh god, I'm trying to talk to people and explain things here. Really not making it easy. Alright, that's a bit better. So let's head back down to here. Now, the other point that I did want to mark out, the other main reason I put a beacon on top of this, is as you can see, Life Pod 3 is only a little way away from us. So let's head over there. And you can see it's actually very close. So if you don't have the compass yet, and you're struggling to find it, if you do get the beacon navigation to come to Life Pod 3, if you sit on top of Life Pod 3 and point directly at that rock, you've got one here to your right, that one in front of you, and the little drop off to your left. And if you look at that rock specifically and head directly over the top of it, you will come in contact with the little funky archway that I told you about. And as you head over this guy, that is where the mobile vehicle bay wreckage is. So it's another way that you guys can find it. Oh, pardon me. So there's another way that you guys can find it if you are really struggling and you don't have your compass yet. But saying that, Life Pod 3 is where you'll be able to find the compass marker too, so that will be super useful for you guys. I wish I could give you more advice as to how to find it. Ah, balls. Ow, ow, get off me. I don't have a freaking knife. Get off. Yeah, as I say, I wish I could give you some other advice as to how to find the third piece, but I literally found it just out of sheer luck from exploring the floor around, and sadly, as I've already scanned it, it will have disappeared, and I will not be able to locate that specific one again. My only other idea would be to continue watching back that video, see if you can locate where specifically that fragment was, but I have no idea if that fragment itself will have spawned in exactly the same place. Okay, it's going to be super dark, so I'm going to wait for the daytime, and then we'll have a little bit more chat about where to find the laser cutter, and some other things. I really hope this helps you guys, I really do. Ah, good morning. Back at our little 0.0 datum. Should be absolutely awesome. Right, no, so we've gone over the MVP. Now, if we head for the laser, we're looking at this very, very similar idea, only it's 2.5 ticks to the right of the north. So it's 2.5 ticks from north to northeast. So we've got north being here, 1 tick, 2 tick, and half a tick. Almost 3 there. So yeah, same kind of idea, only this one I'm going to use the sea glide for, because when you head this direction for it, you really can't miss this one. Not because it's in a wreckage, but because the wreckage has actually made such a mess of the floor, and it's quite a significant landmark as to where it actually sits. So this one I'll be able to rush through and over for, because I want to spend a bit of time searching that kelp biome for another mobile vehicle bay fragment for you guys as well, to show that they are actually here. Head away up and along, we come to our grassy plateaus, funky little archway there to our left, and then boom, you can already see the displaced sand from where the wreck will be. And again, I pointed this bit out as well because it was at this plateau part on the very edge here that I made my base in the last season, and it was a really good location. And you can see here what I'm talking about. Things will start to spawn in as I stand here. There's a buttload of fragments around here actually. You can see a sea moth one over there. I believe that that is a cyclops one over in the side there. I'm not going to get too close because I'll get trapped in the walls when this thing actually finally spawns in. Same with that sand shark will if he's not careful. And there will be some other ones here as well, but I can't quite make out what they are. And I haven't explored this wreckage yet. The laser cutter I only noticed actually being a fragment when I started this season. Before, I never saw it as a fragment, it was always just in my inventory. There's the purple flash. And there's the wreckage. Boom. Still takes quite a bit of time. But yeah, so if you head up and above this guy, to give you guys an idea on where this guy's location is, there I am right above my beacon, and we'll head to the surface because I need O2 and I want to show you guys. It seems very good sensibleness. There we are. Now we're not aiming at our life pod, we're aiming for our datum point, which it makes perfect sense. It's actually 2.5 ticks from the south to southwest, which is absolutely great. If I look at the aurora, we're pretty much smack bang in the middle of it, pretty much facing dead on square from that guy. And if I head over to our marker for life pod 3, we're actually half a tick from west to southwest, and if I go for the MVP spot, we are one and a tiny bit, maybe, tick south to southwest. But as you can see, if I head down here, pop this guy out so we can get on down there and have a look, pretty much as soon as you come into this guy, boom, there's one already. Now this is interesting because I am sure I scanned this fragment, but I'm not certain if it was that one. I feel like it might have been this one and another, because this place is literally littered with them. There is a lot of them here. There's some light sticks and some other stuff that I actually haven't got yet. So I'm definitely going to have to come back and explore this wreckage a bit more in another episode. That's going to be a thing. So what I'm going to do now is spend a little bit of time having a search around this area. I'm going to go through it like a fine-tooth comb, without my sea glide, because I might come straight over it and it might not render in underneath me, and I'm going to try my best to actually find one that I'll be able to put in this episode and see if it maybe has spawned for you guys in the same place. But this is pretty much what... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Boom, baby, there's one. There's one right there. That right there is a mobile vehicle bay fragment. Oh, sweet. Okay, excellent. Where are we? It is right against this cliff face. And that is quite the cliff face as well. How to mark this guy out? Let's see here. Where is our... There's the laser one. Where is the one? Aha! Okay, excellent. Ooh. Might actually work quite well in showing you in the direction from our mobile vehicle bay wreckage. I came down to this... okay, fine. Again, trying not to lose my position when I go up to get oxygen. Alright, there we are. Straight back down again. Alright, good. Yeah, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by suffocating. I'm going to try and not lose my direction, but also have a look across the floor as I go, in case I can find another one. As that would be pretty amazing. Yeah, I've gone off course a little bit. Scrap metal. Alright, sweet. Who would have thought it that I actually find a loose one on the ground? Now again, I don't know if the loose fragments actually will spawn in the same positions, or if they all spawn in different places. This is a load of stuff I dropped when I died last time. That's pretty interesting. So, okay, if we're at this wreckage on this door, and we turn and we go under this archway, over this little bit, to the left of this pillar. Yeah, whatever, leave me alone. And then straight down. Yeah, that was it. And then our way along. Just along the side. I'm certain this was it. I would have made a fool of myself and completely lost my position now, won't I? Yep, no, just along the side to this archway. And then down here. There it is. There is another one of our mobile vehicle bay fragment. Definitely is the right piece. Alright, sweet. Freaking O2. So I'm going to grab a little bit more oxygen, and I'm going to run over that trip again, just to make sure that we have got it clear and we have found the right way to go to it. But I'm pretty sure, because it only takes the 3, and if you can find that wreck, I know there is 2 inside of there. Again, I don't know if this one will spawn for you. I have no idea if these loose fragments spawn in the same position for everybody's game. I really don't. So let's actually grab this and we'll head straight over to the MVP thing. And we'll have a little run across it again just to make sure that it does actually work out those directions. There's the little purple flash as that thing spawns in again. Alright, yeah, sweet. So from the bent grate where we can get into this thing. Ah, yep, there you go, there's a great one. Pardoning the lag. Look out for that if you decide to come in through this door instead of using the laser cutter. They like to get stuck here. And they will trap you inside and you will suffocate, and it's a horrible way to go. So yeah, from this door we're going to go underneath this archway. Through the gap. To the left of this. Straight down. Straight down. To the end of that outcrop. And then we're going to hang right left, and we're going to head towards that edge, and that flat outcrop there, towards the archway. And as we come to the top of this part, we can turn to our right, and he's hiding down there. Literally in front of that triangular point, and into the fold there, and that's the guy just there. I really hope that this guy is going to help you out there, guys. I know it can be a right pain in the butt to find these things. Before I got the compass, I'm constantly getting turned around, and even with the compass, I found myself with the Aurora when I meant to come over here. So I know how tricky it can be. Really, really sorry that the other episode didn't give you a better bearing of it. Hopefully, this will help you guys out, and you'll be building your vehicles in no time. Thanks very much for coming to join me again, and if you do have any more issues or anything else you'd like me to help you guys find, hit me up in the comments below. I'll be happy to make another video for you. Sorry if it seems a little bit quiet, it's very late at night at the moment for me and I don't want to disturb anybody. But thanks again for watching. If you'd like to hit that like, if you find it useful, hit that subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.